Hi there. Well, welcome. We are going to talk about registering for the 2021 season, and I know right now as things are locking up again, and people's ability to gather with other people is getting smaller and smaller. That it's hard to think about next summer, but hopefully it gives you hope to think that we might be able to gather, and hopefully gather together next year at Camp Arcadia. We are promoting a full season. But knowing full well that there could be some COVID restrictions that cause us to go back to a summer model from this past summer, the family retreat light model, where we had limited people sharing bathrooms and less people in the dining room and all of our activities being outside. But as we learn more about that this spring, we will let you know, and you'll be the first to know if we have to make any adjustments to how many people we can have at camp and what the experience will be like. In your mail at the beginning of December, you should get our general brochure information, the form and the schedule and how to register. It'll look different than it does normally. It's basically going to be in a normal envelope. We decided to save some money this year with the cost of the brochure and such, but and it'll also, like I said, be online as well. I'm going to take us through the schedule. I'm going to share my schedule, and of course we've got Jess here, our program director, who's going to also is an expert on how to register for Arcadia. Oddly, something she's never done before. Weird.
Very true.
But she's a very smart person. So I'm going to share my screen here. This is what the brochure looks like, and I'm going to scroll down here to the schedule just to give you a quick overview. So we've got our opening weekend, which we really want to have this year. We've got our summer starter, which is our formerly called Golf in the Gospel retreat. So it's open to anyone who's interested. It's an adult retreat early there in June. Our two teen retreats, Alpha and Omega, and then our 9 family weeks. The main difference this year, you'll notice on the schedule, is that Family Week 7 is a 6-night stay. So where the last 3 are 6-night stays, the rest are 7-night stays. That's to help us with our fall staffing. It gives us more of a break there to train staff as they come in. And you'll see that generally we have 1 speaker for each week. There's a potential that we might add additional speakers if we see that we're going to have a full season, but we thought it was prudent on our expense side to only have 1 speaker lined up for this summer. Then as you look here, you've got the Luther Household Retreat, which is 6-night stay as well. And then we've got our normal fall lineup there of our Labor Day family weekend. And then we've got the LL Men's Retreat, and then our 2 women's retreats, the Arcadia Men's Retreat, and then our 3 fall confirmation retreats, which we really hope that we can have again this year. And then closing up camp on Halloween, it looks like this next year. So hopefully that
maybe can trick or treat through the inn again.
Exactly. It's a good time. So all right, I'm going to stop sharing this, and we're going to talk a little bit now about the registration process. And I'm going to kind of ask Jess some questions as the expert, and she will take us through this. So first of all, what are the 2 ways that people can register for camp? What are the methods there?
Sure. So the 2 ways to register is you can either register online, so you can go to our website and go to what we call our registration portal. If you have registered at camp before, all you need to do is put your email address in there, click reset my password if you don't remember it, and your family account will pull up and be ready to go for you. The other option is, of course, to use that paper form, which will come in the brochure that you'll get in the mail, or you can download it digitally from our website.
Cool. Can you talk about the process specifically for family weeks, and within that, the LCA member and non-LCA member process there?
You got it. So our registration is going to open up December 1st for everyone for our family retreats. And then we have a priority date of January 8th. And so for online, you need to submit your form by January 8th. And then if you're going to put it in the mail, it needs to be postmarked by January 8th. And whether you're an LCA member or a non-LCA member, all those forms are due January 8th. We're going to fill our housing to 75% with LCA members, So still giving that priority to our membership, but everyone has the same deadline.
Cool.
So forms that come in after January 8th, there'll be kind of a holding process. They'll be date marked as they come in. And then after February 5th, which is when we'll let people know who got their forms in by that priority deadline, we will start to kind of process those forms that came in after January 8th and let you know whether you've been placed on a wait list or registered for a retreat.
Cool. Can you talk about, so that's for our family retreats, which are our most demanded ones. What about our other retreats, the Teen Weeks, Summer Starter, Luther House, all those types of retreats? What's the process for that?
Sure. So for both those week-long retreats, Chip, that you named, as well as our women's retreats, men's retreats, all of those are going to be processed on a rolling basis. So starting December 1st, registration opens for those retreats. And so if you're hoping to come to one of those, especially our women's retreat guests and men's retreat guests who are not able to pre-register this year, starting December 1st, you can send those in and we'll be processing them on a rolling basis.
Meaning like a first come, first serve basis.
Exactly. As I say, we'll fill those spaces first come, first serve.
Regardless whether you're an LCA member or not, correct?
That is correct.
Cool. So the LCA membership really applies to the family week retreats.
You got it.
Cool. Awesome. And then let's see here. What's this deal with the golden ticket?
Well, did you get one from Willy Wonka or not?
I'm still I got the chocolate bar, but I didn't get a golden ticket. So.
No golden ticket. So the golden ticket is for families who are LCA members who applied for the drawing before the priority date, and then we're not able to get into registration for a family week. And so if you received a golden ticket last year, this is from our pre-COVID regular registration process. Rachel, our office manager, will be in touch with you with that golden ticket. And then this year, if you're an LCA member and you don't get into a family week during that registration process and are placed on a wait list and not moved off the wait list, that's when you would get a golden ticket, and it applies to the following summer camp season. And so a golden ticket allows you to get into a family week of your choice for the following season.
Thank you. So a lot of people would like to come to camp with a group of people. Can you talk about the group registration process for the family weeks?
For sure. So group registration you can do either online or on the mail-in paper forms. There's a spot online and on the paper forms that says this is a part of a group registration. So you're going to check that box, and then you need to write down the name of your group contact. So this is the person who's kind of the spokesperson for your group. So if we have some questions about the registration, wondering about flexibility, that's the person we are going to call. And so let's say, Chip, it's you and your brother and your parents who are all registering, and they want to come, you guys all want to come as a group. They will, on every form, they're going to write down our group contact is Chip May. And then when we get those forms in, whether they come in the mail or online, we clump them together. They go into the drawing as a unit, and then we would register your 3 families all at one time if you get in during the drawing.
Cool. Are there some tips that you might have for people to increase their likelihood of getting into Camp Arcadia for a family week?
Yeah, flexibility is key to getting in. So if you're willing to be flexible in your housing, whether it's private bathroom, a cottage, a traditional in-room, you do get to rank them in order, so you can still list preferences. But the more flexibility you have, both with your housing options as well as your week options, will increase your likelihood. If you only put 1 week in one housing and that is full, and we draw your form, it's unfortunately we have to move on and set you on the wait list for that week. So the more flexible you can be, the more likely you are to get into camp.
Cool. All right, let's look at the cancellation policy. So obviously people are concerned this year with regards to COVID. What if they can't come because they got COVID, or they have to quarantine, or they're just feeling uncomfortable about coming to camp because of the COVID situation? What's our policy on that?
For sure. So any cancellations that are COVID related, we will offer a full refund for that. If you would like to make your deposit into a donation, you will also have that opportunity, but we want to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe, and that we're also able to keep everyone else comfortable and safe as well. You will notice our cancellation policy is a little different than in years prior. So we have for our June through August retreats, the cancellation date used to be March 15th, and we have adjusted that to April 15th. I'm trying to just be mindful of the decisions that everyone's trying to make in the midst of a pandemic.
Cool. With the rates for camp, um, can you explain those a little bit? Just I know, or actually I can because I'm looking at the rates right now. Is they're per person, and so if you look at a family retreat 1 through 6, an adult rate is $617, and then they're prorated lower as the children get younger. So it's a per person rate there. There's a minimum deposit per paying guest of $150 for most retreats, and the fall weekends are, I think, $100. But then the housing charges, which can get kind of confusing, is like if your family is going to stay in a cottage, and so let's say they want to stay in Cedar Cottage, the surcharge for that is $470. So you would take each of those individual rates and you'd add one time onto it that surcharge of $470, and that's your total cost for the retreat there. And that's the same for a private bathroom charge as well. Last year, as we were dealing with the family retreat light model, we didn't charge any surcharges for private bathrooms and that kind of stuff because they were all private bathrooms. So, and we would continue that going forward if that's the situation that we are in. And regardless of what situation you're in, know that you're eligible to, if you want to apply for a scholarship fund, that we offer scholarships up to 40% off of your registration fee. And so there's an application form for that. You can just call the office or download it off of our website, and you can apply for a financial scholarship. So, all right. Jess, are there any other things we should be thinking about next year?
I don't think so. If you have questions or if you have trouble filling out, whether it's the online form or the paper form, don't hesitate to call. We're happy to help you through that registration process.
And I would just end that we're excited for everyone to apply and to register. We know there's lots of uncertainty into the future right now, but we hope by offering a full refund that you're able to maybe take a leap of faith now and register for this next summer. And hopefully this time for camp, or this thinking about coming to camp, is maybe a light at the end of the Corona tunnel here, and we can all be together at Camp Arcadia. So thank you everyone for all of your thoughts and prayers and encouragement for the staff and for campus ministry. And we ask that, we hope that you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanks, everybody.